So I've posted some videos on buying properties with code violations. Now I'm going to talk to you about how do you wholesale the property with code violations. And the agreement that we're going to talk about is called a Hold Harmless Agreement. This is something that your buyer is going to sign, taking the property as is with any type of title issues, defects, of liens, violations, or what have you. So let me explain how this works. So I get a property in contract, and the price that I'm selling it at, I'm going to be making about a $50,000 wholesale fee. The property has an open permit for the roof. There's some broken windows because the property's been sitting for a while and the windows are boarded up. And there's a violation for tall grass that started actually a couple of years ago. So the first thing that I'm going to do is make sure that when I send this out to my buyers list and I get a buyer that's interested, is I'm going to have that conversation with them to say, hey, listen, just want to let you know this property has a few violations. The roof permit, the broken windows, and the tall grass that wasn't cut. Now, these things are things that they're going to have to remedy anyways. They're going to have to obviously make sure that they clean the lot up, cut the grass. They're also going to have to be putting a new roof on this house because the roof is probably almost 30 years old, and it's a shingle roof. So they're going to have to pull a permit for that anyways. And then the broken windows. There's enough windows in this house broken. They're going to have to replace all the windows. So they'll pull a permit to put in new windows, which will remedy that situation as well. So when I get my buyer, agreeing to accept the property like this, now they may also come back to me and say, hey, Ryan, I know I was going to offer you, this price, but I'm going to have to discount it by $5,000 in order to make up for the amount that of money that I'm going to have to spend, the extra amount of money that I might have to spend to cure these violations. So we come to an agreement, and I get them to sign a hold harmless agreement. Now, I'm doing a double closing so that the contract to my buyer is going to state that the buyer is taking the property as is without clear and marketable title, and I'm going to list the exact violations on the purchase agreement, the as is FAR bar contract, so that way we are all on the same page, it's all in writing, we're all in agreement. Once my buyer executes that and executes the hold harmless agreement, that's what the title company is going to need for the underwriters to say, hey, this buyer is taking this property with these conditions. It's not going to be clear and marketable title, but they're going to take the property and they're going to deal with the violations afterwards. So I'm going to make my $45,000 and the buyer can deal with the code violations because they're going to be dealing with them anyways. There's no reason for me to spend the extra time and money to cure those. So that's how you wholesale a property with code violations.